Hey everyone, welcome back to Game Vine, and my name is Dave, and today, we are reviewing Aftershock, San Francisco and Venice. Now, as a disclaimer, this is a review copy from Stronghold Games. Thank you so very much for your support. Now, this is kind of, I kind of want to call it a worker replacement area control game, but its designer, one of the co-designer, is the renowned Alan Moon. He designed this with Bobby West. So he designed, Alan Moon designed Ticket to Ride. He's a little bit famous, I would say. So his designs are solid and a good kind of family weight normally, in my opinion. So when he pairs up with Bobby Ross to make an Aftershock game, which you can see through this cover, it looks like it's going to be an earthquake game, but it really isn't. You are trying to bring in people to the cities after they've experienced a big earthquake. You want to rebuild. So get your boots on, and let me show you how to play. Well, let me show you what's in this box, then I'll show you the basics on how to play. Just a few things, not everything, and then I'll give you my opinion. Let's go. Okay, so this is what comes in the box, and I'm going to say I give the production a B grade. The map here is fair. It's double-sided for different amount of players. Each side, it does the job. The same goes for the cards. It gets the job done, nothing spectacular. It will tell you what you need to do, and there are two different decks for each side of said board. Now you do have your player pieces in 5 different colors here. As you can see up top, you have your houses, you have your little meeples. They have little pointy heads for like a worker's cap, I would assume. And then you have your bridge pieces, which I can imagine that as a bridge. And then you have the cardboard pieces. They are actually pretty nice, very thick. The cards here are not linen finish, but they are a thick cardboard. And then you have 2 different types of cardboard here. These shields that have a breakdown of everything that's going to go down. They get the phases and the round and all that kind of stuff, which is always nice to have. And they have these player boards that you're going to be hiding behind your shield for each of the maps. So, the last thing, which my major disappointment, is this 1, 2, 3 die. It only goes 1, 2, 3. This seems so basic. It's super light. This is my major disappointment. But it's just a die. You can, if you really want to get a different die, use 4, 5, and 6 as one set of 1, 2, and 3 and easily change. But neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and show you how to play this game. Alright, so I'm not going to be going over every little minute rule. Refer to the rule book as always, please, but I'll give you a little breakdown. So everyone will start off with 15 million basically monies, and this is going to allow you to buy some of these cards. You also get 8 cards in your hand, and you have various prices that they cost. So you will be buying these cards just like in Isle of Cats game. You can buy as many as you want, but you can only afford as much as you would have in your pool. And then once you buy all of these cards, you will then put the remainder of the cards in the middle of the table, and everyone will in turn start to buy them off of you. There are 3 tokens here that you can use to discount them. This one right here you can use as many times as you want, but it's going to cost you an extra million to buy the card. And once everyone has bought in turn, then if there are any cards left over, you can go ahead and get 1 for free and the rest just go away. So in the game, you're trying to get your meeples out here on the board and build up some bridges here so you can start breaking these bases, is what I call it, but basically scoring these little islands. This is the 2 to 4 player game, and the other side of the board is actually the higher player game. Now, if you have meeples down here and you score the area, the points will go to everyone as such. First player gets 9, second and thirds. So how do you score these islands? Well, after you have bought all your cards, you're going to be playing all of them. Now, bridges will give you bridges, and everyone will have to simultaneously at the start place their bridges on the areas back here. That's what this board is for, and the shield, and their little meeples here, and they will go to the designated places that they want them to go to. And you can put more meeples down. As you see, the more expensive ones give you more meeples to place down. But there are some cards that are different, like Aftershocks will impede some of your players and yourself sometimes. Because when there is an Aftershock, you roll the dice to see how many of the meeples have to go away, and if there are any bridges, you can go ahead and cross them for free. But if it's another player's bridge, you're going to have to pay them 1 million per bridge spot to cross it. If you can't cross a bridge and there's an Aftershock, well, those meeples just go away. Now the houses are 3 meeples, so I don't know why, but they just are. Now, once all that is done, this is where scoring comes in. You'll again go behind your board here, and you have 4 scoring tokens that you'll place on the places that you want to score. Trick is, though, you cannot place 2 on the same area, and in order to actually score one of these islands here, there has to be 2 little counters on that area combined between the whole table. So this is where you're going to have to negotiate with blue and let him and her know that we want to score this area here, and there will be some conversation. There is a exception, though. If you were to get an influence card and use it, you could take one of these influence tokens, and that's the one you can double up on, making sure that the place that you want to score will do so. And that's essentially it. You do go through an end of the round little phase, which is all presented here. I like that everything is right there so you can refer to it. You'll continue to do that over 3 rounds, the whole 8 cards in your hand, buying, and then players will buy, you play the cards, put your meeples down, use Aftershocks, influence, and bridge tokens, and try to get the meeples down to have the majority to score the bases. Whoever has the most points after 3 rounds is the winner. And that's it. Oh yeah, and this is the first player counter. Now let me tell you what I think about this game. So that is Aftershock. Man, what do I think about this one? And that's a hard question, because it's a good, well-balanced game and well-rounded, and it plays real smooth. Just it's lacking something. I gave it a 68. I'm willing to play it if somebody wants to play it with me. I just don't know where it's lacking the most for me, so much so that it's just not giving me that oomph of a game that I want to get excited about. And the cover, it's kind of void compared to the game. This is just, you're trying to control these areas. I don't know if it's the lack of presence on the table that it underwhelms me, or the way that all the mechanisms play out within themselves. Now, I've seen these before, and I like the mechanisms, base breaking basically, but you have to vote, which is this game's own twist on it. That's like a smash up kind of thing. Isle of Cats, I love my favorite thing about this game is what Isle of Cats does when you have a drafting kind of hand and you're buying cards from that. I like doing that, but it also has its own little unique things, at least I think so, where you have behind that shield, other than just placing the meeples out straight from the cards, with the bridge cards you're placing out meeples and bridges, and you're doing it secretly. I like that, and I also like bidding on how the bases are going to break. I think that was unique as well. It really gives a back and forth throughout the whole table, which sometimes you might bank on a land and somebody would bluff, and it might just kind of screw you over big time. But that's just the risk that you got to take. And if you're building bridges like crazy, though they're not as abundant as I would like them to be, you are going to win overall because you have an escape route. So main focus is to really work on building bridges, and you can get some meeples out there to score eventually. At least that's how I won at least 2 games. And my strategy basically wound up being that every time. And that's kind of where I think it ran stale too, again, the replayability. I think it's a really well-rounded and like stable design. It just doesn't make me want to go out there and play the game of Aftershock. If somebody wants to play it, I think it is a fun experience and I'm willing to do it. I'm just not going to suggest it, though I do think it's a good game. If you already know what you want to do, like from this time of watching the video, you should know. I've shown you everything. There's going to be a link down below if you want to pick this one up. I do think in your circle, if you like area control and kind of worker placement, this is going to do well. And there is an expansion that I'm going to be talking about that adds a 6th player, so stay tuned for that. But until the next time, my name is Dave. Thank you so much, Stronghold Games, for your support, and Fine Nation for clicking like and subscribe. Until the next time that I see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time to play here to here on the Game Vine. Bye. Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance as a dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.